We've got current conditions across the region in the low to middle 90s. McKinney now at 94 degrees. That's where we sit in Dallas, 93 in Fort Worth. Those dew points, though, are up into the 70s. So those are a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. Dew points yesterday were in the upper 60s because of that stronger wind. So what that means is while air temperatures are similar to yesterday, it feels hotter outside because those dew points have risen. We've got heat alerts in effect really from the Mississippi River and off to the west. Notice a couple of advisories in effect for parts of East Texas. Criteria is different depending on where you live, but those bright pinks through places like Omaha and Des Moines, that's where extreme heat warnings are in place. And this is why that heat dome starts to build in the desert southwest. It's starting to build there right now, and it continues to slide across Texas as we get through the upcoming weekend. By the end of the weekend, it is pushing into the east sides of the country, but it is still pumping a whole lot of heat, really from the middle of the country and down. And there's even some spots up into the Dakotas that are going to get pretty toasty as we get through the next several days. This is that first taste of summer right on cue. Summer arrives tomorrow, so the pool would be a great place to hang out if you've got the time. Middle 80s around 10 o'clock. We head to the low to middle 90s already by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Forecast high tomorrow of 96 degrees, but that does feel like the triple digits really across the board. We're going to be feeling that triple digit heat into the weekend too. Your first weekend of summer, we're looking at a high of 96 degrees Saturday and Sunday. 96 is going to be a number that you are hearing a whole lot because it appears frequently through the end of the 7-day period. What does not appear frequently is rain chances. Rainfall over the next 7 days. Here's what you're looking at. Some isolated shower potential, mainly down to the southeast and as a result of some sea breeze showers. We've got a couple of those if we look down toward Houston. Now as we zoom in farther to the north, it's off in East Texas where we've got a couple of showers. Those have impacted spots like Athens a little bit earlier this afternoon, but it's those very isolated showers that don't last real long as they can maintain that strength as they make their way up from the Gulf into parts of North Texas. That's about it. Outside of that, we are not looking at much in the way of rain chances. Forecast looks very similar. Those morning lows start off in the upper 70s. It's daytime highs in the mid to upper 90s. It's just hot.
Scratch, and I'm glad that no one was hurt, but how much money do you think they lost in all of that? That's a lot of machinery.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't a cheap explosion.
For sure. Yeah. Did it add to the heat, McKenna? That's all we want to know. It's already hot out there.
Maybe if you were standing in the immediate vicinity. Close to us, it's that sunshine. It's those high dew points that are giving us those feels like temps up into the triple digits across a lot of North Texas. Right now, we're taking a live look out over Dallas. We've got a mix of sun and clouds, but really that sunshine is making it feel a whole lot hotter if you're standing out in front of it. McKinney, we sit at 93 degrees there. Denton, 94. We're at 94 in Fort Worth, and now at 92 degrees in Dallas. Those dew points, though, in the low to middle 70s, so feels like temps across the board really are in the upper 90s and the low triple digits, so plan for that if you're stepping out. Notice across the country, really from about the Mississippi River and off to the west, heat alerts are in effect across the country. For Texas, it's far east Texas, places like Tyler that are dealing with some of those heat advisories. Of course, criteria is different depending on where you live. Some places aren't quite as used to the heat that we're used to down here, but what we are looking at the next couple of days is this ridge of high pressure, this heat dome that builds across the desert southwest and just slowly slides to the east as we get through the next few days. Going into the weekend, that starts to slide into the eastern half of the country, but notice we are still dominated by that heat dome even as we get into next week. So as a result, we are looking at very high heat through the end of the extended period. For tomorrow, our first day of summer, middle 80s by the 10 o'clock hour. By 2 o'clock, 93 degrees, feels like the triple digits. We top out in the mid to upper 90s tomorrow afternoon, and that summer solstice officially arrives at 9:42 tomorrow evening. Now let's talk your first weekend of summer. 96 degrees, that is the popular number. As we get through much of the extended period, you'll see it frequently. Fortunately, we will have quite a breeze into the weekend, so that'll help cool things off at least a little bit. Let's talk rain chances through the end of the 7-day period. we are not looking at much. This is that precipitation outlook. Notice at best, we're looking at some isolated shower chances, mainly down to the far southeast. Reason for that will be the result of some sea breeze showers coming in off of the Gulf. You can see a couple of those right close to Houston, and a few of them maintain their strength far enough into parts of North and East Texas to just clip some of our southeastern counties. Places like Athens have seen a couple of those showers, not only today, but also yesterday. That's about all we're looking at in the way of rain chances. Outside of that, it's a whole lot of sunshine. Once again, summer solstice tomorrow evening, so the first full weekend of summer is coming up this weekend. Those morning lows start off in the upper 70s, so it is a warm start to each day and 96 degrees. That is my forecast high as we get through next Wednesday. By Thursday, the number's different. We're at 95, guys.
A lot of mirrored 96 on that forecast. All right.